ARMY ThinkTank podcast. I am Jan.
Yes.
So how are we doing this week?
Okay. Well, I started my new job. Again, I can't talk about what it is because it's not released, blah, blah, blah. NDAs and all that kind of jazz.
This one, I actually do not know what it is.
I'll tell you after.
Okay, because I was like, you haven't told me.
I'll tell you later. But okay, so that's like fine. The process is a little bit weird in comparison to my other process. It's not terrible, it's just different. So we have to like adjust our stuff, and it'll take a while for us to get the rhythm of it because their like process has been like set up already for a longer period of time than The Last of Us was. Like that one, we were kind of creating our own workflow. This one is a set workflow that we're just
like integrated into.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit of finessing to get everything correct, and there's like new software that we're sort of like moving around. But that's fine. And then so Thursday, my SSD died. Like
I remember the panic message you sent me. I was like, so
yeah, so if you don't like understand computers, the SSD basically has all of your operating systems like Windows and any sort of like downloaded stuff that you've like put onto your computer is all on your SSD. So the problem with that is that when I turned on my computer, it said it couldn't locate my SSD drive, which I'm like,
it's there.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, my God, please find my SSD. And so we're trying to like troubleshoot things. And like my computer is like, obviously for the podcast, this is what I use to edit and all that kind of stuff. But it's also my work computer that I do work things off of, and I need it. Like it was like one of those things where it's like I can't go like a whole week without it. That would be impossible.
This is not an option, Karen.
This is not an option. So we called Memory Express, which is like a computer place that's in town, and the one was like, it's gonna be like a week, 2 weeks, and I was like, not good enough. And then the other two were like, well, it'll probably be like between 3 to 5 business days, and I'm like, that's not good enough. And so my brother was just like searching on the internet, being all sleuthy, and we found this computer company that did like house calls. So called them, booked an appointment. The guy like came and he's like, yeah, I know exactly what's wrong with your computer. And I was like, oh, perfect, great.
Nice.
You gonna fill me in a little bit? He like took my computer away on Saturday, and it was like Saturday afternoon or something like that.
Yeah, that's when you texted me, I believe.
Yeah, because I was like, we should definitely record on Sunday because my work schedule is kind of weird now because I'm back on working at night instead of working during the day.
Yeah, we'll be back to Sundays. Well, not next week, but the other one.
Not next week, but the week. It'll all be Sundays after that. Anyway,
I'm flying back on Sunday.
So we have a special episode coming out in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah, excited for that.
Anyway, the point of this whole story is like I was able to get it Monday. He like was able to drop it off at my house, and I was able to like put it in. So the problem, the SSD was like completely fried. Like he couldn't retrieve any data off of it. I did get a second opinion on that from my friend who's like a computer genius. So I gave my SSD to him and was like, anything you can recover off there is perfect. But I was panicking because all of my project files from the podcast were on that drive, and I thought that I had lost everything.
Like 2 years worth of work when you think about it.
Yes. So luckily I'm smart enough to have backups.
You're a smart cookie.
It's not like a perfect backup because we did lose like a couple of like previous episodes that I had edited, but it's better than losing everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that would be sad. I would have probably cried actually.
Can
Because,
you imagine? I mean, you probably could, but
yeah,
it's just like 2-year-old baby and then it's gone.
And having to remake everything, like, it's not the biggest deal, but like I have a system when it comes to editing now that I don't even need to think about it. Like, it takes me like an hour to like put everything together, export it, and upload it. Like, it's very systematic now. And if I had to like think about all the things that I had like put into all of that, no, absolutely not. Get out of here. So anyway, that was my like weekend. And you know, the concert and stuff, which we'll talk about later, but like my literal nightmare.
Yeah. So the concert like wrecked my sleep. That was already pretty bad. But I'm better now. So
I don't know.
I mean,
I came home like
the day after I slept for a whole 12 hours. I slept from 9 to 9:30 to like 10:11 the next day.
I literally, with like 10 minutes to spare, got home in time for the concert.
Oh my god.
From work.
But otherwise, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Currently packing for our weekend trip.
I love trips.
Yeah, it's not gonna be something like super extravagant or anything.
Hey,
we're going
visiting a friend.
Trip. Yeah, visiting a friend for the weekend. Going out of state. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't injure myself more.
Yeah, that would be bad. Let's not do that.
Also got my hair chopped off. I have a small ponytail now. Baby ponytail.
I need to do something with mine.
Yeah.
It's just chilly.
Because like our hairdresser is like our friend. And so she comes like off hours to our house. We go to hers to cut our hair.
That's so nice.
And she came to do Jacob's and I was like, can you cut mine too? And she was like, yeah, what do you want? I was like, I want it back here.
Chop it.
Chop it. So, because I saw like some photos of me with like my shorter hair and I was like, I kind of want to go back. It's kind of nice.
It's nice.
So yeah, that's I guess most of the news from me. Apart from the fact my mom did confirm that she's going to come and visit me early next year.
Yay.
So I'm pretty excited for that because the government still hates me.
Yeah, fair enough. I think most governments hate most people.
They added like the USCIS website added like a like an a tab saying like approximately the time, like the processing time. And the only thing that says on mine is like, your case is taking longer than expected. No shit, Sherlock. I could have told you that like 6 months ago.
Yeah, what?
It's been almost a full year since we submitted that form.
That's so stupid.
Like in a month, it's gonna be a full year.
That's so dumb. Why?
I wish I knew. And there was a whole thing where they were saying like, oh, the processing times are going to be faster because we want to go through the backlog of like COVID.
Right.
Lies.
You've had like 2 years.
All I see is lies.
Lies. Liar.
But anyway.
So yeah, BTS.
That's what's happening. So when you think about it, like this week is kind of like a shorter episodes in the sense where we don't have like a fucking list of things to go through.
Yes, apologies for the big episode we did, but honestly, it was super fun. I had a great time.
And I mean, like, it's been a long time since we had like an episode that long.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours.
So it's fun what happens like every once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
So basically we only realistically had like 4 items on our list, but they're pretty big items.
They're pretty big this week. We got a lot of things happening. So we're gonna talk about like the mandatory military service thing first, and then we'll talk about all the other stuff.
And then we're gonna go party after that.
And then we're gonna go party. So if you guys are probably aware, via Twitter, Weverse, Instagram, all that kind of stuff,
The media at this
the
point.
media, which don't listen to them. They know nothing. They literally did not even read this announcement that I'm pretty sure they wrote in English separately so that they could
be like actually understood.
Yeah, because ironically, I saw some translators be like, interesting, they kind of chose the wording different in these two. And I'm like, yeah, because historically, as we know from the Festa dinner, the media has no idea what they're talking about.
They go on field trips with these things, I tell you.
Yeah. So anyway, the announcement had come through Weverse. So we now have a confirmation that BTS will be serving in the military. So obviously Jin is first. He is applying at the end of October to do that. And he will follow obviously like the enlistment procedure dictated by the Korean government. Other members are planned to follow after that. So I believe based on HYBE's investors got sent out a status of when all the members will be coming in.
Yeah, most likely according to like their solo schedules.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah. So I think likely based on that, it'll be like Jungkook will be last. Probably him and V will go together. It looks like either Yoongi will go with Jin, and then Hobi will go next, Namjoon, obviously, et cetera, going down the list.
I kind of have a feeling that Hobi may go with Jin as well.
Yeah.
But that's just like my gut feeling since like his solo stuff is done.
I agree. Yeah, I think so too. I think, you know what, it might be like a toss-up between the four of them.
Yeah, like the Hyun line and
then
the Magni line.
I think so, yeah. So, you know, they did say, however, you know, we'll be getting content from them, solo ventures. We still have like RUNBTS that they've pre-filmed a bunch of episodes for. We still have all this like content coming. Like
they're not like complete. They're not abandoning us, if that's what some of you think.
And I think,
obviously they're not.
No, and I think based on what they said at the concert, like trust them, they know what they're doing. This is completely strategic from them and HYBE. They know exactly which buttons they're pressing and which direction that they're going. So
and like HYBE has been like in big hit because they're under big hit.
Yes.
They've always been like super smart in how they do things.
Exactly.
And so personally, I'm not worried.
No. I think we just need to like trust the process.
You shouldn't be worried.
Yeah, you shouldn't be worried. Like if you're sad, that's totally fine.
Yeah, and it's
like,
valid.
I have already gone through this before with other groups, so I'm past the like wheel of, you know, like sadness.
I mean, like with like the chapter 2 being announced, like Jess and I were talking about this like before we started recording. But the chapter 2 being announced, we kind of saw it coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
And like I told Jess as well, it's like over the years they've been talking about how they would rather not be exempt for it because this is something that is like of like very big value to them.
Yeah.
And that they want to do.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, we just want to be like happy for them and like encourage them in their endeavors, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they're coming back. They promised us like over and over and over. And so they're not going away. It's just temporary.
It's just a temporary leave like they've done before. I think, you know, the distance, if, you know, most of them go this year and then next year,
around the same time,
then it's going to be like 2 years is going to fly by. Like it's going to be so fast.
It's basically the time like between V and Proof.
Exactly. It's an album distance between. Like I said, like if you're sad and upset, like that's totally valid and you can definitely feel those feelings. I would just say maybe like stay off of Twitter and
oh yeah, because our armies are going wild with the memes, and honestly, I love to see it
I love
because
it.
you gotta laugh in those kinds of situations.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
have to laugh about it,
We're
and
fucking funny.
we're really funny. I don't know what Tay is talking about with us being so unfunny. Like, what do you mean, boy? I also, you know, think because of the fact that the government, like, over the past 3 years has been
Toying with them,
yeah, like
literally.
jerking them around, being like, yeah, no. I think that this is the best possible move they could have made, especially after
It's kind of like a slap.
massive.
It's kind of like a slap in the government's
It really
face.
is.
I'm here for it, honestly.
I'm here for it. Like, to be honest, it's such a boss move to host this massive concert that is seen worldwide and then be like, bye.
And to basically helping the government, and then they're like, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
We're enlisting.
And also, you know, obviously, like they did with Festa, they told us first, which I feel very like honored and privileged that we were told like first. And I don't know, I'm just like super proud of them for being like, this is my country, I'm gonna serve my country with honor, and I'm gonna do it on my terms. It's not about anybody else but me.
It's very like honorable.
It's very honorable. And I think that, like, as armies, we should be so proud of them.
Oh, hell yeah, I am. And have you seen the 1 second? Have you seen the memes of like, if BTS is becoming army, are we BTS? Dun, dun, dun. We're funny.
We're funny. And you know what? Army's not going anywhere. BTS isn't going anywhere. Man, I'm in this Bangtan shit for life. And if you are too, comment down below.
Comment down below.
Comment in this Bangtan shit for life. Because
it was just really funny because we're like, oh, like 2025, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm gonna be 28.
I'm gonna be 33.
And we're like, well, we're already adults anyway. What's like 2 to 3 years adding to that?
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, it gives me time to learn Korean, to save a lot of money.
Oh my god, you saw the tweets of like people giving saving tips for this?
Yes, because I think honestly,
I'm doing that as soon as I get a job, yo.
2025, I'm going to Seoul and I'm seeing them in concert. That's
like we're gonna be balling.
It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. Like, and plus, like, again,
Maple's trip to Seoul
in the works. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Oh my god, the running joke also in one of my discords was like, because I said about like the saving thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna start as soon as I get a job. Like maybe not like $10 a day, but like 50 a paycheck or like whatever.
Yeah.
Depending on what our finances like allows me to do.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends was like, well, hopefully by 2025 you're actually gonna have a job. I was like, please, I'm gonna cry.
Please, I'm begging you. But you know, like, yeah, I think honestly, like, it's gonna be a nice break for them as well. Like, I'm poor Junie.
I'm happy.
I feel like of all the emotions, and to be honest, like, I'm surprised at my own reaction to it, of being like, yeah, okay. You know, like, I feel like they prepared us enough, and I trust
it's been talked about so much over the years that at this point the announcement being like happening, we're just like, it makes sense.
I think like my trust in them has overtaken all of the other emotions that are going on. Like, of course I'm sad because, like, you know, my genie, but also
we're not gonna get like as much like interaction from them from like their Instagrams and stuff, which is normal, but at the end of the day, like, they're gonna come back, and
I'm really scared that they're all gonna come back really buff, and I'm not gonna know what to do with
they
myself.
already buff. What do you mean? They all work out except for like Hobie. I'm sorry.
It's true. Poor J-Hope.
Have you seen the freaking RUNBTS episodes? Poor boy.
Oh god.
But I'm
so
happy
proud
it's
of
happening.
them.
I'm proud of them. And I mean, we're not going anywhere. Us, like, we're also gonna be like it's just gonna maybe force us having to like talk about other K-pop groups.
Yeah.
Hey, TXT and Hypen.
Get caught up finally.
What is getting caught up?
I don't know. But
yeah, we're not going away. This is our passion project, and we gotta have RUNBTS, yo.
And I think, like, honestly, the last sentence in this like statement from Big Hit is the most important part here.
Mhm.
It's like, yet to come, the most beautiful moment is more than a track from their latest album. It's a promise. There is much more yet to come in the years ahead from BTS.
Yeah.
And if that's not a promise, I mean,
they keep also telling us that they want to like perform for as long as they can.
Yeah.
So
Yoongi did say at the concert, let's grow old together. So I'm
Yeah.
taking that as a
how many times has he said that? Like, realistically, he said that so many times.
So many times. Forever artists, let's grow old together. I think that is probably, honestly, like, I think we should start saying.
And then Bangtan shit for life.
Exactly.
For real.
I also saw this this tweet that said, you know, like, BTS has taught me so much. How am I supposed to live without them? And it was like, well, when they come back, you just get to show them how much you learned.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's gonna make me cry.
It's like a learning experience by ourselves for them and also for us.
We get to stand up for, you know, we get to stand on our own 2 feet.
Oh, god damn it, we gotta stand up. I'm lazy, okay? And I have bad knees.
It's true.
I'm Yoongi in heart and body, man. My body is not following.
My soul. But you know, I think we honestly, like, I don't know about everybody else's, but my Twitter was beautiful. Like, thank you to all my moots who were on there, who made like the announcement like so fun and like we just had like a good time sharing memes. And honestly, like in the group chat too, like it wasn't sad. It was just like, okay, we're military wives now. Like, it is.
Yeah, we're army wives now. Literally.
Which I find so funny because like,
am I not already an army wife?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, it's funny because my mom actually was like an army brat. Like my grandfather. I'm serious. That's what they're called.
I know.
My mom's like dad. My grandfather was in the military, so like, it's one of those things.
I mean, I almost was if my mom had me with like her first husband.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My uncle's in the military. I mean,
hey, I could have grown up in BC.
It's there you go.
Just saying.
So you know,
because that's where he was stationed.
Oh, well. Anyway, time will pass. Best is yet to come.
Yeah.
I
mean, wait. For your weekly dose of shenanigans, you come here. We got you.
Yeah. The best is yet to come. I can't wait until 2025, until we meet again all together.
Hell yeah.
But
we have a lot of like solo stuff still coming out. So.
That's what I'm saying. So in the meantime, let's talk about the first episode of RUNBTS because I haven't seen the second one.
Oh, I saw the other one this morning.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week. But let's talk about the first episode. Let's talk about the first episode. So that Tan Soyundan is alive and well. So let's talk about the first episode of this flying yoga. So first of all, JK, you freaking troll. Why did you suggest that? I honestly...
Would you... Okay, I'm still waiting for Jimin's idea.
Pole dancing? I agree.
Yes. They need to have done that.
I agree.
If they think flying yoga is hard...
Pole dancing is like so much harder. It's so much harder
because you don't have the support of the thing. I can't English right now. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. The fabric that holds them up.
Yes. That's not the word I was looking for, but yes. Okay, but yeah, the first episode. Let's start with the stretching. Jess, you're a man.
I know.
The boy be spinning.
I don't know what he's doing. Genuinely, I thought he was gonna be good at it. Like, obviously Jimin was great at it because it's Jimin.
Jimin, JK, not surprising.
Not surprising. I honestly thought with the flexibility that Jin has, he'd be better at it.
No, I think
I knew Yoongi was not going to be good at it.
He didn't do that though.
He didn't do terrible.
Also, all the gummy smiles.
Junie
was also pretty surprising. He wasn't too bad.
Hobie
was so bad. You think with him being like a dancer for all of his life, it would help? Absolutely.
It doesn't. You know what it is though? Is I think Hobie in his like real life, like kind of like Namjoon, doesn't have coordination. So like when he's focused and like dancing,
he also doesn't work out compared to like the other members.
No. Although Junie saying I'm sweating right now is the most hilarious thing.
Okay, Junie like puts a foot on stage and starts sweating.
True.
Like Junie has been known for sweating a lot.
He sweats a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
It's hot. It's pretty hot. Not gonna lie. And Tay was like somewhere in the middle.
Tay was just like, I just want to look at my feelings. And JK.
He was just chilling. Like I feel like he was just like chilling.
Well, he is.
Jimin was
the
like
actual baby of.
Oh my god, Jimin was like a graceful swan. The hilarious part to me is like the cut between Jimin and his like beautiful lines and like this move, and then Hobie just like screaming.
Okay, oh my, Hobie screaming at the floor.
Yeah.
Or like JK posing, and then right after they take the photo, just screaming in pain.
Jin screaming reminded me of like his like 3-hour live gaming. Like that's all it reminded me.
I just also love when you got like the Jin and Yoongi just like in their pocket.
Oh yeah.
Basically just like chilling in their pocket. It's so adorable.
It's so cute. Also them like I don't even know, like complimenting their like teacher.
Oh yeah, that's something like I've been saying to like everybody.
Everyone
watching is like BTS simping for another teacher. Are we surprised?
No,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Them just being like, "Oh, your body is just so nice." Like
they
what
keep
the
doing
heck?
it in the second episode. By the way,
I believe that.
And just like a sneak peek for you, they do couple poses in the second episode.
I'm so excited.
And you're gonna be surprised about which group do well and those who don't.
Okay.
There's some surprises. Some are like, yeah,
okay,
makes sense. But yeah.
Okay, I'm really excited. I haven't watched it because like, well,
I mean, like, you came back like very early this morning, and then you slept, and so watch it later today if you can. It'll give you the boost you need.
I need it. I'm gonna.
And then let me know what you think, because I watched it this morning after starting. So
yeah, it's like RUNBTS is like my perfect like safe place. Because we just get to like see them do so many fun things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad they did flying yoga. Like
yeah. They get to like like small teaser as well for you. They like at some point they're just in like cocoons while watching the others.
Oh my god.
So that's also adorable.
Oh my god.
That's just adorable. Okay, but like Yoongi's gummy smiles all throughout the episode, I'm just like, help. My heart cannot contain the love I have for this man.
It's true. Oh my god.
Like I've been saying this for like probably since like close to the beginning of when we started the podcast. It's like you can feel from like content from longer away until like coming into the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You can feel how happier Yoongi is, because like all of them really, but like the difference between like closer to debut Yoongi versus now, it's like the difference is so like blatant.
Yeah,
he smiles so much more, like he smiles into his eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that makes me so fucking happy, you know. I'm just like, like they love what they do and they love being together, and I'm just like, I just want them to be happy, really.
Yeah. Their happiness is like
contagious.
It makes you happy too, and the fact that they get to like just play and like be themselves
and then just do flying yoga together because of the maknae.
Yeah, and just like try new things and like, I don't know, experiment and do things that are like outside of their comfort zone, but also like together.
It just like gives them a break from like the daily routine and grind.
Yeah. And it's fun for us too. Like I love watching them try things and experiment.
JK doing the freaking swing.
Oh my god. I can't with that boy. Like honestly,
I
can't.
The V-Min doing rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my god.
Or who's gonna have to go like at the front next to the teacher.
I can't. Of course, like Tay, of course, didn't want to be front and center.
I mean, he's a lot stiffer than Jimin. Like Jimin is very flexible. Like
he's
very
super
strong,
flexible,
yeah.
so graceful. Like the way that he just like climbed up that rope at one point, I was like, "Sir,
yeah,
excuse
he posted
you?"
a video of that too, like
Hobie
legs
did, yeah.
legs crossed, and then
yeah, Hobie did.
Oh, Hobie in the second episode just kept taking photos of the, especially the maknaes as he's usually do.
Yeah.
Because at one point they're all like in a line, and he's just like taking a photo of all three of them, like a proud dad.
Of course, he's like
he is the dad of the maknae line.
Yeah, like if there is Hobie, there's always a maknae somewhere. Like always, you can always find them.
Minimum one.
Minimum one.
Always three.
Always three. Yeah, if it's not one of them, it's all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They just surround Hobie.
It's just like that. Dad.
But if you haven't had a chance to watch the first episode, definitely do that. I'm gonna watch the second episode.
Now that both are out, just watch them back to back. They're on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm so excited to watch the second episode. We'll talk more about both of them together next week. But yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun.
Busan. Yes.
Wow.
I was okay. The Busan debacle.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about the bad, and then we'll talk about the performances, because nothing was terrible with BTS or the song choice or whatever.
Do you want us to go through the set list first, so that way we have like a timeline kind of?
I was just gonna talk about my experience with Weverse first.
Weverse and Naver.
So okay, I had Weverse going.
Same.
So both actually my mom was in town this week, so we watched it together.
Nice.
And both of us had our iPads like out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like playing it like a bit behind, and then she was playing it in real time.
Okay.
And then I don't know, about 20 to 30 minutes in.
Oh, it was literally
it
like
just stopped.
It was literally like third song. It started to just like being fucky.
Yeah.
And then around like the 6th, 7th song, it just stopped working.
It stopped working, and I couldn't get back into Weverse like at all. Yeah, and then I popped over to Naver, because I was like, okay, so what's the solution here? And then I hopped over to Naver, and it was stable for like
a minute, like maybe 5 minutes for me.
It was a little bit longer for me, probably like 25. I did hear that there was a fire at the Naver headquarters, so that probably has something to do with it.
They announced that the next day.
Yeah, they announced that the next day, so that probably has something to do with it. And then I was like, how do I watch this? Because I can't watch it via Weverse, and I can't watch it via Naver. So illegal stream. I do a legal stream a free concert.
I was able to find like the Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Sadly, that stream got taken down during their Ments.
It did, yes. And then I had to find another one.
So I had to finish it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And the one on Twitter was the one without the subs. Because it was the Korean version.
Yeah.
But it was still like great.
it was a great concert.
we have amazing translators, so we still were able to get like the highlights of the men's that way.
Yeah. And I do know that there is a delayed streaming on
the 23rd.
The 23rd. So you can watch it again on the 23rd. So I would definitely take advantage of that if you haven't seen like the whole thing altogether. But yeah, it was kind of a disaster. I mean, I part of me understands because I don't know what the live tick of the amount of people were streaming, but at the end, when I looked at it, when I hopped back into Weverse, probably like 10 minutes before the concert was supposed to end, there was about 45 million people viewing it. So, again, I don't know what the live tick was because we haven't seen, because what happens with Weverse is it's a cumulative like number. It's not a live timed number, so we'll have to see what the live count actually was. I'm gonna guess it's probably between like 25 to 30 million is probably the more accurate number.
I'm just like really disappointed. Like
I am a little bit as well.
We can't blame Naver because they did have that fire.
They did have the fire. However,
Weverse had like no excuse.
And they also
sorry.
I know they didn't, because they did all these tests ahead of time, which to be fair didn't have the amount of numbers that we're going to have for the concert. However, you should have prepared for that. I don't know how you didn't,
especially with like the amount of advertisement that was gonna happen, and just like from the sheer amount of people that enter the raffles just to get tickets. You should have known.
You should have known. Also, like, you know, the 25 to 30 range is about what we had for like Map of the Soul 1, for Festa, for like all of these other events that I'm like,
yeah, it's like if you're able to have like these like independent like sites to stream your concert, why is your main platform not able to support it?
Well, that's what I just don't understand. And it's not just like the concerts too. I've been finding with
I'm
a
just
lot
saying,
of the lives,
Twitch had no issues.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't think that there's any excuse for Weverse to be
absolutely
that
not.
terrible. And the irony of like live streaming a free concert and then also having to like illegally watch it. What?
We were so proud too that we were gonna be able to watch it legally, and then having to watch it illegally. They can't say it's illegal. It is a free concert.
That's true, actually.
I'm just gonna say that.
I don't know. They need to get their stuff together if they're gonna continue to do these concerts, which I'm appreciative of. I think that they should always do a concert live streamed. At least like the last day or something. But
I mean, also the way I see it, like there's always cameras like filming, especially at K-pop concerts. So it just makes sense.
It just makes sense. So anyway, moving that disaster aside.
So setlist?
Let's talk about the concert in its entirety.
Okay, so we started off with the good old mic drop.
What a
also not the remix, the actual mic drop.
What a boss move to do that first. Also, like before we get into the set list, the stage was beautiful. Having
with all the elements from their like music videos. Also, I'm not in focus. Here I am.
I honestly love that, especially during one of those songs we'll talk about later. They had like all of their albums plastered on it, which I just really love. And the fact that it was like the BTS symbol and it was like all the proof design, and having all of the different like sets from all their music videos there.
The bus, the container.
It's just it was
train.
Like it was just so special to us. And it didn't really feel like a concert that was like meant for the general public. Like if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it felt like a BTS concert.
I mean, even for like from the set list, you can definitely say
it was
that.
very ARMY oriented.
Yeah.
Which makes sense with the announcement that came out on Monday. But it was very like I just really enjoyed that set. It also reminded me, and I saw this on I think TikTok too, somebody comparing the In the Psalm purple stage
it
with
looks,
the one.
it looks
It looks
like
very similar.
Yeah.
It looks very, very similar. And I was like, oh, yeah, it kind of does. I changed mine to that one because I was like, okay.
Yeah. So after my mic drop, we
Yeah.
got the one, the only RUNBTS. Oh my god. That choreo.
I have so many thoughts. I have so many opinions. I have so many. Oh my god. First of all, the song itself is a bop. We know this. It's like
it's our BTS Greaser vibe song.
It's amazing. The fact that like that was the choreography we got with it. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, did they have to go so hard?
They were all so good. And also, as usual, Jimin couldn't keep his shirt on properly.
Oh my god, and the like growl that he put into his voice. I was like, boy, if you growl at me one more time, I'm gonna fall in love with you. I'm gonna fly all the way to South Korea. Like, that's just gonna happen. My guy, stop it. It's time to stop.
It's time to stop.
My favorite part of that choreo too is when they're all like holding each other's shoulders. Oh, it's just
I also love where the Hobie's part when he's like thanking the members.
Yes.
And they all come out when he says their names, and June's little wave was so cute.
So cute. It was just like, it got me hyped up. Like, it's just such a hype song. If they don't start their like next concert in 2025 with that song, I'm gonna be mad. Like, I'm gonna be so mad.
I know what you mean.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is such an intro song. Like, as much as I loved On as the intro song, RUNBTS is on another level. And
it's the new intro song.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
So after RUNBTS, we got Run.
What a segue into Run. I'm like, you go this hard and then you're just like RUNBTS. Namjoon did say during he had like a Weverse post about the performance, and he was saying that there are some songs on this set list that they'll never perform again. I feel like Run is probably on that list, even though he didn't say it directly like during the performance. I feel like Run is
one that I'm also like pretty sure is Cypher Part 3.
Yes, that one he did say during when he was like coming out for it. I think like a lot of their older songs like Run for sure will be on that list of songs that they won't perform for maybe forever, maybe a while. I don't know.
Yeah. But after Run, we got our Save Me.
Done crying.
Yeah,
goodbye.
Just like, okay, I see how it's.
You can't do my ARMY song. Hella rude.
It's kind of special. We both got our ARMY songs in the set list.
I was thinking about that.
And so this is when the next two are the performance I missed because of the whole crash.
Yeah.
So 0 o'clock and then Butterfly. I'm really sad about 0 o'clock. Because apparently Jin was like on fire.
Oh yeah, he was on fire. Vocals like to the gods at that point. And Butterfly, I was so surprised about. They also had this like virtual butterfly like flying through the crowd and stuff. It was like, oh man, it was so precious. Like I forgot how much I love that song. And even going through our like list last week, I didn't put it as like my like top 3 or whatever, but like hearing it again live,
it still holds like such a special place.
It really does. Like, I don't know, there's something about like a Butterfly.
You know, there's sometimes like, especially with like a discography this extensive, where it's just like you forget about it, but you kind of don't.
Yeah.
But you just don't listen to it for a while, and so it just goes to the back of your mind. But then when it comes back, you're like,
yes, Butterfly. I feel like Butterfly will probably be on that list of performances we'll never see again as a part of that.
I mean, it's been a while in general.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So I feel like that one will probably be on the list. I feel like 0 o'clock probably won't be on that list because
I have a feeling 0 o'clock will kind of be the new Butterfly.
yeah, I think
That's
so.
the feeling that I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I hope Save Me isn't on that list, but
again, please.
No. But I also like I've gotten to see it live a few different times, so I'm pretty like happy about that in its entirety. But like it's fine. What's next?
The UGG.
Oh yes, the rap line. Okay, so UGG. Holy.
With the towels.
Ooh.
Okay, can we just say like poor Yoongi having like the J-Hope towels behind him as he's doing his verse? Like, how are they doing him this dirty? Come on.
I honestly, UGG was a surprise to me because I'm like, okay, part of me is not surprised because it's like it's ARMY and BTS.
I was just waiting for Tae to just like sneak onto the stage.
I'm surprised he wasn't a backup dancer.
I know.
To come out, I haven't heard that song since the Map of the Soul 1 concert.
Mm-hmm.
So when it started playing, I was like,
I was so
ascended.
Hyped.
Like
I was so hyped.
Oh my
I love
god,
UGG.
I love UGG.
They keep pushing Yoongi around like poor boy.
It's so good. They were so into it. And to come out with that song in like a government official performance.
I mean, they did Cypher Part 3 right after.
Cypher Part 3 right after, like
also like slightly modified. I think they changed a couple of the lyrics, which
they did.
Yeah.
I believe they did. I haven't seen a confirmation of that. So
yeah. It feels like they did. Speculations only.
Yes, speculations only. Yeah, Cypher Part 3, listen, it's a boss move. Like you can't tell me nothing. It's a boss move. The fact that like they performed that, which is why it felt more like an ARMY BTS concert rather than a we're trying to World Expo kind of a concert. With all these government officials in the audience, and then to drop that announcement on Monday after.
Oh my god, did you see that apparently Hobie's parents and his sister were there too?
I did, I saw that. Of course they were.
I'm so proud.
I'm so proud of them.
And then we got Dynamite.
Of course. I feel like Dynamite will probably be retired.
As much as I love Dynamite, they could go with performing it less.
I agree.
Perform more Butter and Permission to Dance. I feel like even though they're performed a lot, I prefer those to Dynamite because of how much has been performed and played ever since it came out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Dynamite, but also
like, I love me a good Butter, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And then we got my ARMY song. Boy with Love. I never get tired.
I never get tired of Boy with Love. And Boy with Love is like so close to being at that 100 million streams. So go and do that.
Yeah, it's always on my playlist.
I made a playlist for that one in my universe because both of them are like so close. And we want to get them another plaque for a Korean song, and why not make it Boy with Love? I'm just saying,
especially since it's kind of become one of their staples because a lot of armies became armies
because of that song
in that era. Yeah. I mean, I'm one of them.
Yeah. So
it's like I'm one of them. And then we got Butter.
Of course.
It was kind of funny because like the beginning of it, like the beat was slightly different.
It was.
And like some people in my group was like, "What's that song?" I was like, "It's obviously Butter."
Obviously.
And they were like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, it's definitely Butter."
I'm honestly surprised that they didn't do the Permission to Dance Dynamite into Butter transition.
That would have been really cool.
Because like that's an iconic tradition.
I kind of feel like they wanted to keep it separate because of how special the PTD like tour was.
That makes sense, yeah.
That's my opinion. It might just be because they're like it's an ARMY song, so we'll just like put it aside for now.
Yeah, true.
But then we got Masere,
My city,
I
my
was
city.
so hyped.
I love my city. Also, especially like
It
with
makes
JK
sense.
and Jimin. Come on.
Yeah,
had to be
it
done.
makes sense. And then I was like, whenever Yoongi was rapping, it was like, I'm a D boy. That's like my favorite part.
I also love how like Jimin was like, welcome to my city, and then they started playing my city. I was like, yes, let's go.
I'm just so happy that they finally got to like go back to Busan to perform.
Yeah,
It must have been like so special for Jimin and
definitely.
JK,
Yeah.
And then like in the live, like afterwards, they were like, "Oh, I was able to like go back home and have
See
like
my
seaweed
parents.
soup for my
Yeah.
birthday."
Well, and it was really cute because I saw a bunch of armies go to Jimin's dad's cafe and like get to meet him. And
he was so sweet. He was like, "I'm so sorry for the wait," and
ugh. The one thing I dislike about that though is like, don't crowd around somebody, like chill out. Okay.
But I'm just so happy that like armies were able to just like go and
enjoy Busan, and there were so many activities to do, like so much.
Apparently BTS like rented Loading World until like 3 a.m.
Yeah, there was like an entire party there.
There was like a rave for armies.
Yeah. It was very like you know, I think like PTD Las Vegas was the tester child for what Busan became. And it was just ampled because it's like obviously it's in their own country, so they're gonna amp it up a little bit. My hope though for like 2025 and beyond is that they do that for every single city they go to. Because the immersion like for Vegas was so, honestly, it was amazing. Like to just like go to a cafe with their favorite food, enjoy like, you know, like
because like even in LA we got like a tiny hint of that. Obviously it was not any close to the scale of like Vegas or like Busan. But it just kind of felt like gradual enough that it could be something that they could do.
Oh yeah, and I think Hybe obviously like saw how successful it was in Vegas and was like, and honestly, I think that's what they were planning on doing for the Map of the Soul tour, is to make every single city a BTS city and light it all up and like make a bunch of like different spots. And
it's just like also like allows ARMY to just like explore the city they're in
and meet other armies and like I agree, like explore the cities that they're in, especially when they're traveling from like all over the world and they want to experience. I'm sure like the economic boost from this concert for Busan and Seoul was astronomical.
But after my city we got Dope followed by Fire.
I mean, the classic combo. Come on.
Butorune.
Fire.
And then we got Idol.
I love Idol.
I love Idol.
I feel like maybe Dope and Fire might be retired. I don't think Idol would be.
I could see Dope, but I really hope Fire doesn't retire just yet.
I hope not either.
It's such a good performance.
It's so good. It's such a concert song. Like, it's such a concert
Would
song.
you imagine if they were able to fit like So What in this set list? How insane that would have been.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been nuts.
And then they hit us with Young Forever. After Idol, sorry.
Like, why?
Sorry.
I was crying at that point.
Yep.
Young Forever is just one of those songs, especially when they like cut all the music and they're just listening to armies sing it back to them. Like, sir, if you don't. And I'm sure ARMY was like obviously hella loud. Yeah, Young Forever.
And then they went for For Youth. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good transition considering that
it's a good transition.
Because like the beginning of the song like starts with the
chant from Young Forever. Yeah, they fit really well together. I was just not expecting them to fit that well and for my tears to be so
that low, and then we got the encore. Which was Spring Day.
Of course.
and Yet to Come.
I feel like those two together was the perfect way to end that concert, especially for, like I said, like for the announcement on Monday. I feel like,
Bruh, apparently Yoongi teared up during Spring
I
Day,
saw, yeah.
which means a lot.
I feel like
that holds a lot of feeling. Also, when they did
Yeah.
when they did like the hand thing,
Yeah.
Yoongi didn't look, so we know it wasn't their last performance as promised.
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know, when they do that before going on stage, Yoongi has never looked at them.
No.
And he's always said that the one time that he will look at them is when it's going to be the last time performing together.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not, so we're fine.
It's not, so because he's not looking.
I think like Spring Day Yet to Come is a perfect way to end this particular concert, because it shows that like we're gonna meet again in spring, you know, the flowers are gonna bloom again, everything is gonna come back, and Yet to Come really just cements that as like, this is not the end, this is only the beginning, and chapter 3 will be bigger and better. And to be honest, the level at which they're performing, like if you think about how many people attended the concert, which was about 52,000 people, plus the live play, which was 12,000 people, and then the 25 to 30 million people watching online, I don't think that like they're going anywhere.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like if we show up for like this free concert, I'm pretty sure everything is gonna be okay.
We're fine.
And you know, them saying in the men's to be like, just trust us, we know what we're doing, it's gonna be okay, spring is gonna come, don't worry, don't listen to the media.
Since when should we listen to the media anyway?
Never. Ever. I'm like, they wrote it out so clearly, and yet some news organizations still got it wrong.
They just do whatever the fuck they want.
They don't read, apparently. I'm like,
no,
here's my thing. Do journalists actually like, do they have a reading requirement? Because I feel like they should.
Do you think they fail their reading comprehension tests?
Yes, I do. Like, guys,
or they do selective understanding of what they're reading.
I
That's also another option.
I don't know how you could do that when it's black and white. Like
I don't know.
Legitimately don't know how you could do that.
But anyway, it was like an absolute blast. If you missed it or want to rewatch it, make sure to do it on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And let us know what you thought of the concert. I know we had a blast, even though
so much fun.
it was the great Weaver's blackout of 2022.
Yes. We still had fun though. We still had like a really fun time, like either in the group chat or on Twitter or like texting each other.
Yeah. Even though we're extremely tired, we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about tiredness.
But anyway, as we are recording this today, we got news of the Jin single, The Astronaut. So we got the logo trailer as well as the schedule release timeline. Yeah.
Yes. So Jin said during the concert itself that he was having a single come out by the time it'll be out this week, I think.
It'll be out
at the end of the month. Sorry.
Yep. It will be out on the, I tried to read it here.
28th?
On the 28th at midnight Eastern. Yes.
So we're gonna get, this is like a full rollout of a single.
The concept itself is very Jin.
Very much.
Very Jin. We know how like a lot of his like singles or like solo songs are about like space and moon, and so this is very Jin.
It like really reminded me of Moon
and like My Universe as well.
Which is ironic because Coldplay, Chris had actually, I believe, written this song and gifted it to Jin to do a solo with. So I don't know if it's like a collab between the two of them, like if Coldplay's going to be on it. I don't think so, as far as I know. I think it's just going to be Jin on it, but Coldplay specifically Chris Martin wrote the song and then gifted it to Jin.
Yeah, from what I've seen, like the logo trailer was like super peaceful. I mean, space in general gives you like that sort of peacefulness and peace of mind. So I'm really excited to see how it sounds. Is it gonna be like a typical Jin sound, or is it gonna be a bit different? You never know. So I'm really excited to see what it's gonna be, and obviously we're gonna get like the concept photos.
Yeah, got
throughout like the
3 concept photos. We got the official trailer and then release, and then a lyric video.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited to see where it goes.
There's also a new Instagram account that opened.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I found out about it via Twitter. This is the new Instagram account that was created.
Interesting. Also, like real quick about the military enlistment, have you seen the little sketch from Trevor?
I have, yeah.
It was pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
I gotta give it to him. That was pretty funny. But anyway, I think that brings us to the end of what we had planned for this week. So let's head out to artist shout out.
Yes.
So my artist this week is an artist that we've shouted out like multiple times before.
Yes.
But so fucking talented, I tell you. So my artist this week is Chroma 10.
Ah, yes.
We love Chroma 10. And just like the most recent ones from like the concerts and like Jimin's birthday. My heart.
Always like,
and then there's one with like Yoongi and Holly sleeping, and it just like kept popping up on my timeline. It just felt right, you know.
Yeah, I do. My artist this week is Cadell, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm really sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Yeah. So very digital art based. So think of like the Seven Fates kind of art type.
Yeah, that looks it's giving me like Seven Fates vibes.
Yes. Which is
so good.
It's so good. I love the concepts. I think
the Jack in a Box one.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also the recent one with the military and like the blue or the purple like ribbon connecting them all together. Like
it's so good.
Stop. It's so good. Yeah, I'm really in love with
I am speechless.
Their art style. Like it's so good. It's so good. I know.
Hell.
I know.
Excuse me.
I know.
Oh my god, the Hype Gym aerial silks. Why is that so good? Excuse me. Okay, I need to get up this page, otherwise I'm gonna be stuck here forever. It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, songs of the week.
Oh yeah, songs of the week. So in honor of Jin's single, my BTS song is Moon, because it just reminded me so much of Moon, and I thought that it was like very fitting with the announcement and like all this kind of stuff. So that's why Moon is my BTS song. My non-BTS song is My Universe, for similar reasons. Also, that song is so close. We need it to be at 100 million. So
my BTS song is RUNBTS.
Literally stolen.
I just snuck onto that sheet
while
you were sleeping.
I know. Well, and also like the fits during that song and their hair.
God. Also, Yoongi's t-shirt. People were like, if Yoongi says the earth is flat, the earth is flat.
I don't know what you mean.
And my non-BTS song, if you guys didn't know, the Seraphim just had their comeback like yesterday. Their EP is called Anti-Fragile. And it was really hard to pick just one song, because I would have picked like the whole EP, like all 5 songs. It's a bop. But I went with the title track, which is Anti-Fragile. it's amazing. It kind of has like a bit of like a reggaeton beat to it.
Interesting.
And they sing like a little bit less like low and sulky than Fearless.
Okay.
And so
okay.
you can hear their voices a lot clearer.
Mm.
And when they performed it live for their comeback, it was so good. Like they're so freaking talented. And so I like the whole album is fire. So I highly recommend it. It's good.
Okay.
Like I knew I loved the Seraphim for a reason, and they proved me right.
Every time.
Every time. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they won Rookie of the Year. So even though they're going against their sister group New Jeans as well. So
Oh yeah, true.
oh, yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes. But anyway, let's wrap this up for this week. As
Yes.
usual, we have a new episode coming out every Thursday and a new clip coming out every Sunday at 3 p.m. EST.
Yep.
You can also listen to us basically on any app where you would listen to your podcasts on the go. Or you can also find us on our social medias at Army Think Tank or at Army Think Tank Podcast. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. On that note, have a good week.
Have a good week, everybody.
And we'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.